Morning, ladies! Today we have a package and it's a big one. It doesn't even fit on the table. When I filmed the unboxing of this package, I had no sound because, I don't know, the mic just did cut out and I have no sound at all on the first, I don't know, 1 hour of filming of this. So all the stuff where I unbox this, try to figure out what's wrong with the machine, stuff like that, all without sound. Well, I went and I did reshoot a lot of this stuff. So what you see is actually the cleaned computer as it looks after the fact. This machine was really dirty. I will put original footage in here. Let me show you what we have. It's a Macintosh IIcx and it came with a keyboard, a mouse, an original Apple monitor and a ProDisk 120 DC hard drive, an external SCSI hard drive. Upon arrival, well, this machine just didn't work. So I took it apart, I recapped it and still no dice. I then went and tried to figure out the power supply, and yeah, I will show you the footage of the power supply in a minute. Let's just say it's not a simple power supply. Well, my lifetime is too short to actually fix this, so I went and built a new power supply, and that's when the mic actually worked again, because that was about a month later. So the idea of this video is to see if we can get this to work, because it didn't when it arrived. So
this video is kindly sponsored by PCBWay.
The package from PCBWay arrived, and man, I was so looking forward to this case. I'm really happy. Ooh, wow. That just looks brilliant. Wow, this is so nice. This is so nice. Okay, so let's see if this tray fits in here. It goes in like this. Yeah, it does. And then you close it up like this. Wow, wow, wow. This looks so nice. This looks awesome. So here's the keyboard. Here's the mouse. I already cleaned this as good as I could. It's all very dirty, or it was very dirty. I just gave this a, well, clean with a wet cloth just to make it typeable. The keys are actually pretty nice. And this is an Apple extended keyboard 2. And I made this sticker here, Mac IIcx, because I have quite a lot of Apple keyboards, believe it or not, even though I did not show a single Apple. I did show one LC on the channel, but I think all the other Macs have pretty much been not on the channel, and I have a lot of them. So let's put that to the side. Next item of interest is this ProDisk 120 DC, and I assume it's a 120 megabyte SCSI drive. It has this fancy door down here, which I haven't opened yet, so let's take a peek inside. Okay, it's just the drive. Let me show you on the back maybe first. So as I said, this is a SCSI drive. You have your typical SCSI drive things, power, 2 SCSI ports to daisy chain them, and the SCSI ID setting, which you just press here and it switches. Yeah, not much to see here. This is metal, it's sturdy and it's pretty heavy. And then we have the main attraction, which is the Macintosh IIcx. One of the, I think, nicest Macs there are. Some interesting facts about this. John Scully famously wanted a machine that can stand on the side. So this has these holes here, and you can take the feet from the bottom and put them in here, and then make this stand on its side, like this. Problem is, if you put the humongous monitor next to it, it's even bigger that way than if you put the monitor on top. Yeah, not very clever. and not very room saving either. So yeah, that is that. On the underside you have these feet. I already lost one. I don't know where, don't know when, but it had 4 when it came here. So yeah, you can just pull them and put them on the side if you like. We have a disk drive, we have a hard drive in here, which is a SCSI hard drive, of course. And on the back side, here you already see what I did, so ignore this black pigtail here. We have power in, monitor, power out, power connector, which has this fancy mechanism that you can twist and turn it and leave the Mac on, and then just start it with a keyboard, because the keyboard has this key here, which then starts the Mac. We have an external disk connector, we have a SCSI connector for the external SCSI hard drive. We have a printer, modem, audio out, and 2 ADB serial ports, and we have a graphics card in here. Then to open this up, this works pretty much like on the LC. You just have 2 clips here. Normally you have a screw here, which is on most machines gone already. You just open it up. And this machine you can completely disassemble without a screwdriver, which is nice. And the cable you see here is not factory. That's my work. It comes from this power supply. And you will see in a minute why this cable comes out of here. I did a recap of the board, and yes, it's some wonky work because I wasn't sure if it even actually is, if I could get it to work, because I just wanted to get it working somehow and then do all the cleaning and stuff after the fact, which I haven't done yet. So this board is dirty. I just did a quick and dirty recap. I did put a capacitor just on top, didn't even solder it in, and used the legs that were there. So if you have to recap a board and you can't get the caps out, or the legs are in there hard, then you can just cut it and put it like this. It's not pretty, but it works. So what do we have? We have the graphics card. Let me pull this out, and that just sits here on this Lubas high resolution display video card. It says under the sticker here 8889 Apple. There's just one 15-pin Apple port. Yeah, and this machine has no graphics adapters internal, so you need a graphics card or you don't get any output. So this is probably stock, and I did not recap the card because, I'll show you. The caps look, well, yeah, maybe I should recap this because it doesn't look too great. Yeah, so I will recap this card, I think, just to be sure. Because this is just on the verge of the capacitor incident, and back in the 90s, so I'm not sure if this actually are good caps or not, and I rather recap it than not. We have a fan here which you can just unclip and take, no, this is not a fan, this is a speaker. You can just unclip and take out, same to put it back in. You have the drive cage, which has the disk drive and the hard drive, and that just slides out to the back. For that you have to take out the power supply, which has a clip down here, so you have to stick your finger here, clip it and move it up, and then you can move that out. I did all that. This Mac has 8 megs of RAM, which is nice. So according to the internet, this could go up to 128 megs. So this has 8 now, which is nothing. Yeah, so I might actually go and put more in here because I really like this Mac. It's a really nice Mac, and I want to keep it, actually, which is unusual for me. We have, by the way, the reset and not sure what the other button is. I think the developer button on here, which also can be taken out. It's just 2 plastic things. You pull this up. As I said, you can disassemble this machine completely without a screwdriver. It's just held in by clipping, by clips and stuff. So that's pretty interesting. There's another SIM slot. I am relatively sure this is for video memory, not sure. And it has, this whole machine has the dreaded plastic clip SIM sockets. So yeah, I'm not taking out any SIM sockets until I have actually 128 megs of RAM. available to put in there. Yeah, when I started it up first, it just wouldn't do anything. Completely dead on arrival, nothing. I just then went and took out the board, took out all the components, recapped the board, and hoped that it would start, but it wouldn't. And then I went and took a break for about 4 weeks, and that's where the power supply came into play, and that's where we are now. And I did take the power supply out of the Mac, and that is not what it looks like normally. It has this fancy connector here, which plugs into the board, so you slide this in. That's where the power goes in. But what's normally in there is this right here. And when I saw this, I thought, nope, not enough lifetime left. I'm going to build a new one, because this is not a very pretty power supply. The only fancy thing about it is that you can start the Mac by pressing the button on the back and then the button on the keyboard. But, well, it is what it is. I'm not going to tackle this. There are so many moving parts in here, and I have no idea where to start. I could recap the board, but the caps look good. So I assume it's some kind of transistor that overheated and just shorted or something like this. And these are 3 boards. So no, but no thank you. Which brings us to what I did then. I removed all that from this here. This is a power supply cage. And it still has its connector, because that is just clipped in with these plastic clips here. So that's wobbly, but on the board there's actually some kind of guiding rail to plug this in. The fan is still in. I will not use this because I don't have to. I connected this connector on the bottom to this Pico PSU here, which is pretty simple. It's just a few cables, and we get all the voltages we need, which is plus 5 volts, plus 12, minus 12, plus the standby power and ground. I did wire 2 leads to the PSU where you actually start the machine, which is these 2 pins here. I will make a switch here, so if you switch the switch on, the power PSU will go on and the machine will start, because there's no starting by the keyboard now. You could do that, but I'm not going to do this now. I will take all of this, put it into this fancy plastic bag, and yes, that is really pro, I know, but it works. And it will not overheat because it's not getting that hot and not taking so much power. Just put it like this. And then I connected the end of, or the power in of the Pico PSU with my 12 volt power supply, which I then connected this plug, the power plug, which normally has a connector for the wall on the end. I connected that to this here. So now if you plug in a cable here, you get power to this. If you flick the switch, this goes on and gives power to the Mac. That's pretty much all there is. And all that should fit nicely to this little casing right here. Let's try that quickly. Yeah, just like that. And we have our 2 cables which come out. I still have to find a good spot for the switch here. For now, just route them out of here on the side, I think. Put the top back on and be hopefully good to go. Yeah, just like that. Screw it together and we have the power supply that no one will ever know is not a real power supply. Well, of course you will know because 2 wires and so. Yeah, so let me put this back together and let's find a place for the switch. PSU is back in the case, and what I made is this little pigtail here, which just sticks out, and it's just a switch that activates the PSU, and when the PSU is activated, it starts the machine. And as you can see, it looks like a normal PSU. Not much to see here. So this board is now recapped, fresh PSU. Haven't tested the graphics card yet, haven't tested the disk drive, haven't tested the hard drive. So yeah, that's what we're going to do next. So let's do this. Let's close this up and let's see if my construction, my Frankensteining of several PSUs actually works. And this is a new camera angle. I have more cameras now, so this is another Android phone which I'm using for this. So let's fire up the monitor. I haven't tested it yet. That's a very manly hump. Okay, and can now test my pigtail. So we have a green light. Pigtail switch. Ah, yes. We have an image, and we have a happy Mac. Seems it's booting. Okay, says Apple Talk must be activated for printer sharing. I don't want to share this printer. And it seems to be Klaus disk. Okay. Well, that works, and it actually boots from hard disk, which is a real hard disk and no replacement. So, thumbs up again, up. There's very little room here. This is a massive machine. I'm very happy that it actually works. That's great. What do we have? We have, oh, it's in color. It's System 7.01, and we have 8 megs of RAM. So the graphics card seems to work because that's plugged into the monitor is plugged into this, and we have miscellaneous software here. After Dark, Claris. Not sure if this is really on here. Yeah, so we have that external SCSI drive to explore, which came with the machine. And interestingly, that phone cam seems to eliminate the flicker, or does it? Interesting. Okay, that's pretty cool. Nice. So this is a Motorola something phone. Yeah, great. So this actually seems to work. Nice. Let's grab the external hard disk and let's check what's on there. So this is how I set it up. I have the Mac here, keyboard, mouse, the Pro Disk 120 DC on top. I managed to find one of my Mac 15 RGB to VGA adapters, so we can actually see what's on the screen. So let's start the Pro Disk. As I said, it's pretty loud. That sounds as if it could work, so let's switch on the Mac. Okay, here we are. The mouse is really not the greatest. Okay, that's new. I don't have a password, so nope. Oh, we have stuff on here. Nice. So there's Klaus disk, so I assume that the owner of this, his name was Klaus. And there's actually stuff on there like bye-bye brief, which means bye-bye letter, fax, CV English. We will not go into these because these seem to be personal data and we don't do that on the channel. Let's check programs. Oh, okay. Diamond 4.3 FileMaker Pro. Oh, games. What do we have? Battle Chess, Crystal Caliburn. Never heard of that. Darwin's Dilemma. No idea. Earth 1. Ah, that is probably SimEarth file. Glider. Not sure what that is. Lemmings, hey, Pac-Man, Prince of Persia, Shanghai, Shogun, Spectra 1.0, Splash Tristan, Hypercard icons, calculations and planning. That seems to be some personal data again. MacWrite, utilities, file conversion, disk doubler, Norton utilities. Haven't seen this in a while. Cricket Draw, MacDraw, Soup Paint. Let's try Tristan. No idea what that is. The machine that Belly released in 1962. Let's check. Belly Shoot a Line. Let's see. Unbelievable. The internet saved us again. Solid state pinball, Tristan. Okay, I'm good. Oh, okay. I see. So how do we start this? Probably a new game, because all the Mac games, for some reason, use a menu. Let's see, how can we... Okay, Shift. Shift is the magic key. Now how can I actually... how can I use the flippers? Okay. Yeah, so that doesn't work. Great. What else do we have? Let's see. Prince of Persia. Oh, this hard drive is so loud. Oh. Now this uses the internal speaker of the Mac, so... Yeah, there we are. Okay, how do we play this? Cursor keys, great. And up is jump, I assume. Yeah, okay. Run and jump, great. Nah. Okay. Broke both legs. Nice. Who the frickin' are you? And how can I fight you? Ouch. Oh. Bloodbath. Okay, go down. Oops. That's not good. Where do I get a sword? Ah! Oh, not good. Okay, so we have stuff on the disk. So, well, I mean, that hard drive actually works, which is awesome. The Mac works. The monitor works. Yeah, so I think this concludes this video. What do you think about the Mac 2 CX? I think it's a pretty nice machine, especially if it had 128 megs of RAM. That would make it even a greater machine. I did test the disk drive, by the way, and this works fine too. It's just a bit sluggish, so I have to clean the rails and do some head cleaning and stuff. And yeah, the Mac is still not very clean, so I have to clean this further to make it a bit more presentable. But I'm pretty happy with the purchase. I paid 75 euros plus 10 euros shipping, so everything came here okay, so the monitor didn't break and stuff like that, so I'm pretty happy with the purchase. Yeah, that concludes this video. So thanks for watching, and until next time. Cheerio. Cheerios? Cheerio.
Thanks again to PCBWay for sponsoring this video. If you need any PCBs, pre-assembled PCBs or 3D printing, please use the link in the description below.
Thank you for watching Retro is the New Black. If you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. If you like the video, please share. Every like, share, and comment helps a lot. Until next time, bye-bye.